So, Miss Sanskruti, tell us, how did your journey as an entrepreneur begin and what were the challenges that you faced?
My journey as an entrepreneur began when I was 13 years old. It's a fun story, actually. Both my parents were social workers, so my whole of my childhood was in the field with them, in the slums, spending time with the kids and just witnessing their journey closely. They both worked in the field of sanitation, empowering women and with underprivileged kids and stuff. So I have great inspiration at home. My parents, both side of my grandparents, they've all excelled in their particular fields. So I always wanted to start young and I wanted to have my own identity. That's something that I was very clear about since a very young age. When I was 11 or 12, I told my mother that I want to do something. And she's like, what excites you? There was this conversation that happened. I'm like, I want to do something that brings a smile on someone's face. So then it was summer break, and she was like, why not use this break in a more productive way? So it was summers, and we thought, let's just sell buttermilk. So actually, that was my first business. And us siblings, what we did was we got curd and we got disposable glasses. We calculated how much each glass is going to cost and how much are we going to sell it for. It was just exciting, just the basis of business. So that's what we did, and we sold few glasses, and then both my parents, because they were social workers, they just put in a thought that it's so hot and they are working. The workers who were working in that area were like our first customers. And they're like, it's so hot, why not just share it rather than selling it and bring a smile on their faces. And then we were like, yeah, let's do that. So it became an act of kindness, and that's how it started. After that, in 2 years, I knew that fashion was something that really excited me. So I started my fashion label called Suns, which was my first project. And I opened my first store when I was 17. I did few exhibitions, gathered a little bit of money, and started my first store.
Well, whether it be sharing curd or opening a big fashion studio, risk-taking has always been an important facet. How did you gather up courage to take risk?
I think parenting is really important, I feel. Now that I'm growing up, I think about how my parents talked to me. They always had the faith in me. I never doubted myself. So I have now started, and I'm managing more than 6, 7 brands. And every time I share an idea with my mother, she's always ready. She's like, do it. So that was something that encouraged me to take risks. And once I went to London to study. I was out for 7 years. I came back to India now. And while I was studying there, it was difficult to manage. But while I was gathering theoretical knowledge, I realized that my risk-taking ability had decreased, because now I started thinking of analyzing stuff and like all the things that goes behind a business. So it's like, no, when your heart says something, you do it. Even when I talk to my friends now, when they have a business idea, I'm like, we need to do it tomorrow. Because if you don't do it tomorrow, it's just in the words. It doesn't happen. So it should be in the actions, and I think risk-taking is very, very important.
Well, whether it be the perplexing game of heart and mind, what's the note you'd like to leave the world with?
So when you asked this question, the first thing that came to my mind was my grandfather. He was a Padma Shri, and he was called Mr. Toilet. He worked a lot in the field of sanitation, and the last words that he told us as family was, "Kaam mein bhav hona chahiye, bhar nahi." And I think that stays with me. When there's pressure in work and when I feel pressurized, then wo mera bhav nahi hai. So I think that's something that I rely on, and I think I'd like to leave behind with my work, the intention.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us, Miss Sanskruti. I hope that will make an inedible mark.